Your mental health is really important, and to be honest, it's just as important, if not more important, than your physical health. Now, normally on this channel, I talk about fitness, about training, about nutrition, but your mindset is behind everything as well. So in this video, I just want to go for a bit of a walk with you and share 6 tips to help you with your mental health. I think at the minute here in the UK, we're in lockdown and we're stuck indoors, and many people are struggling. But if you turn to Instagram and you turn to Facebook, all you will ever see is positivity and people being cheery and people buying new houses and new cars and being on holiday and being in love and all this kind of thing. And a lot of it is fake, but when you're feeling down in the dumps, it doesn't feel like that, and you forget that so many other people are feeling a bit shitty as well. So in this video, this is for those of you who are maybe feeling a bit down, whether you talk about it or whether you don't. I just want to share some things you can do to help you feel a little bit better, to boost your mental health, and hopefully just to give you that little bit of a kick in the right direction and to help you feel that bit better. So this isn't trying to downplay depression, anxiety, and all those other real conditions. This is for those of you who are feeling a little bit low, a little bit down, struggling a little bit, and maybe you're not sure why. This is things you can do to help you feel that bit better. So I've got 6 of them to share with you. I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing I think when it comes to looking after your mental health, and one thing that I massively rely on, is going for walks. So you don't always feel like riding your bike, you don't always feel like going through a hard session, and sometimes if you're feeling a bit low, feeling a bit down, if you're feeling like you've got low energy, I find going for a walk is amazing for it. You can go when it's rainy, when it's lovely weather like today, it doesn't matter, but I find just getting out and about and really just chilling and thinking and just getting into your own head really helps boost my mood. I'll do it very often, 2 or 3 times a week, get out for a walk. Now, I love riding my bike. Riding makes me feel amazing, of course, but you don't always have the time for that. You don't always have the energy for it if you're feeling a bit fed up. So walking's amazing for your mental health, and it's a real low barrier to entry. So if you've not exercised for the last month and you've not been eating very well, you probably don't want to go on a 20-mile ride. That's not the most motivating thing for you. But it's quite easy to get out and do a 20-minute walk out of your front door. Now, I'm quite lucky where I live. I've got lovely areas around where I can walk. Even if you're in a city centre, doesn't matter, get out and walk around the city centre. I think walking is amazing for your mental health, and it just gives you a real boost and makes you feel better. So the other thing that I'll do when it comes to going for a walk, and this is something that always helps me, is I'll head out walking, go out for 20 minutes. Sorry, I'm trying not to fall on here. Head out walking, and I'll find somewhere to sit down and I'll just have a chill. So I'll often sit on the side of a trail, I'll find a rock, something like that, and I'll head out to there and I'll just sit and chill and take in the view. So somewhere like this is a perfect example. Somewhere where you're on your own, you're relaxed, and you can just sit on the side of the fence and I'll just think. I tend to find somewhere with a nice view. I just sit and look into the distance and just chill for a bit and just think about things. I think the worst thing for your mental health is to sit in the same 4 walls and try and make yourself feel better while you just sat somewhere and the same thoughts are going round and round in your head. You need to get out, and exercise is a great thing for that. But I find just sitting and listening and being quiet is amazing. Like if you just get out in nature, find somewhere private and secluded to sit and just think, that's amazing. I absolutely love doing that. So my next tip is to surround yourself with positive people and meet up with someone who just makes you feel good to be around. My best mate Ozzy, he's always got a massive grin on his face, he's always hyper, which is perfect really, because if you're feeling a bit low energy, if you're feeling a bit down in the dumps, going for a walk with somebody who picks you up always makes you feel better. I was just talking to Ben, my videographer, on the way over about how he's been sort of stuck at home for the last 2 weeks and not being able to get out, and just sitting in sitting and walking around and having a chat with someone positive really helps pick you up. So surround yourself with as many positive people you can and make a real effort to go and meet those positive, happy people. And on the flip side of it, make sure that you don't spend too much time with negative people. We all know the type of person, and this isn't the type of person who's struggling with the mental health and who's, needs help. This is the type of person who just always focuses on the negative, who will text you negative stories from the news, who will always bring up that this person's died and this person's got this and this and this, and now the world's coming to an end. And if you spend too much time around those negative Noras, they're just going to get you down. You do not want to spend too much time around those people. So sometimes to your family, sometimes, it's your sister or your mum or your dad or whoever it is. So you've got got to spend time with them, but if you find yourself feeling down when you're around them and it's affecting your mood, maybe limit the amount of time that you spend with them, or get yourself into a really positive state where you're in a positive place by spending time with those positive people and following these tips where you can actually lift them up. And the worst thing you can do if you're feeling down in the dumps and fed up is go and spend time with that negative Nora who's going to make you feel down in the dumps even more. So another really important point is to remember that you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs, and try not to beat yourself up too much about it. Everybody has ups, everybody has downs, everybody feels fed up every now and again. If you beat yourself up until you start beating yourself up about not being productive, about feeling fed up, about feeling down in the dumps, you're just going to feel worse, you're not going to feel better. So understand that you're human. Chances are there's something real that's causing why you're feeling fed up. Maybe someone's died, or you've lost your job, or your bike's been nicked, or you got money issues, or everything that's going on in the world at the moment. You might have legitimate reasons to make you feel down and depressed and upset. So try not to feel too guilty about it and not beat yourself up too much about it. Everybody gets ups, everybody gets downs, and sometimes when you put so much pressure on yourself to feel better, it actually just ends up making you feel worse, and it makes it harder to recover and get back to your usual bubbly self. So accept that sometimes you're going to feel fed up. That's totally fine. We all get there sometimes. Try and take positive steps to make yourself feel better, but do not beat yourself up because you just end up feeling worse. So my second to last tip is to make sure that you eat regularly, and ideally eat healthy food. One of the biggest things I find if I'm feeling low energy to make me feel even worse is to not eat and to skip meals, because when you don't have that energy in your system, when you're not eating, your blood sugar levels end up diving, and I feel so much worse. Like, I can be in a great mood, and if I end up hungry, I am a grump to be around. Now, if you're already feeling a little bit down and a little bit fed up, missing meals and not eating is going to make you feel so much worse. So as best as you can, make an effort to ideally eat really healthy food. That's the ideal. But if not, just make sure you're eating something, mediocre, something okay, which will give you a bit of energy, will get your blood sugar levels up a little bit and just help you feel that bit better. It's hugely important. It kind of goes hand in hand with people feeling fed up and down in the dumps, that they don't want to eat and they can't be bothered making a meal, and that makes them feel worse, and it's just a bit of a kind of spiral that goes down. So make sure you eat regularly. Like I say, ideally fill yourself with healthy food, because that makes you feel so much better. So the final tip, if you're not just having a down day and it's extending into a few days and a few weeks and you're feeling worse and worse, is to tell someone how you're feeling. There's so many people out there that are feeling the exact same way that you are, and everybody tends to think that they're the only one feeling down. In reality, so many people struggle with their mental health and with how they feel. So tell somebody that you trust, somebody you know who cares for you, and somebody who'll look after you. You've got to make sure you tell the right person. Tell the wrong person, they're just not going to care. Just think about the people who you know care for you, who love you, who want the best for you, and open up to them, ask to talk to them, and tell them how you're feeling. And if you feel you need some professional help, go to your doctor. There's lots of help out there, reach out to the Samaritans or whatever if you're feeling really down in the dumps. But just ask for help. Sometimes getting it off your chest and telling somebody kind of gets a burden off you, and somebody else knows then and can help you feel that bit better. It can just help you out. So don't keep it to yourself, tell somebody. We all have down days. If it's a day or two and you're feeling fed up, fine, you might want to keep that to yourself and deal with it in your own ways. I know I do that. But if you're feeling really fed up and it's really starting to become a little bit more serious, just tell someone else how you're feeling, and you'll find that they've got good advice for you and can help you move forward and help you feel better. So don't be afraid to share. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. If one person watching this takes some value from it, then it's really useful, and I'm really glad to have put it out there. It's a little bit different, just going for a wander in the woods, and this is the exact type of thing I do when I'm feeling fed up. I go for a walk, sometimes on my own, sometimes with a mate to just have a chat, and I always feel way better after it. It's those small incremental things you can do to get yourself feeling better and to put yourself in a better state. So I hope it was useful for you.